Hi, my name is Pizza, and today we're gonna go through what you can get and how you can get service medals from BFA. Here are the timestamps for this video if you wish to skip to the part that fits your needs. Let's begin with what are service medals. They are a separate currency for Horde and Alliance called Honorbound service medals for Horde and 7th Legion service medals for Alliance. And this currency was added in the Battle for Azeroth expansion patch 8.1 Tides of Vengeance. Now, why would we want this currency? Well, service medals are the only way we can buy these unique cosmetics and mounts. These items include mounts, pets, transmog, toys, rings with teleports, and heirlooms. The Alliance vendor selling these items is called Provisioner Stoutforge and can be found here in Borealis. The Horde vendor is Provisioner Mukra and can be found south of the Zaralor. Nowadays it seems that all mounts and cosmetics grants both of the faction's items, so you don't need to make a character of the opposite faction to buy every item again. But how do we get them? There are a few ways to collect these medals, and I will demonstrate them one by one. Number 1. Warfront World Quests. From the world quests that are up in Darkshore and Arathi Highlands, you will receive 1 service medal per world quest, and these world quests reset once a day. That is about 5 medals from one zone, and nowadays these mobs are mostly a one punch. So one fact to know which Warfront is up for you as a Horde or Alliance, you can see these portals. So now in this case I have both. Sometimes only Darkshore is up, sometimes only Arathi Highlands is up. In case you don't know which Warfront is up, either check Darkshore and Arathi Highlands with your in-game map. Or, for more information, go to Wowhead's front page, select your region, then select BFA to see the current progress for Warfronts. As I'm recording this, Horde is attacking Arathi Highlands, which means Horde can't go there, not until they have conquered it. But in this example, Horde can go to Darkshore until the Alliance contributes enough to take it back. Number 2. Faction Assault. About once a day there will be a faction assault up in one of the 6 regions of Sandalar and Kul Tiras, and the selected zone will be marked with a large shield and 2 swords. When we reach the assaulted zone, a quest will pop up and ask us to repel 4 attacks of the opposite faction. This just means to do 4 out of 5 specific world quests. To see what world quests are accounted for, we need to look for world quests which are marked with 2 small swords on the world quest icon. After completing 4 of these, you get a quest that requires you to attack an enemy faction's base. Finish this little scenario, and when you've returned this quest back in your own faction's hub, you will be rewarded with 5 service medals. These assaults can also be tracked on Wowhead's front page. Number 3. Warfront Scenario Quests. Warfront scenarios are player versus bot scenarios that take about 20 to 40 minutes to complete, even with good gear, since you don't just punch your way through, you gather resources to create buildings. When there is a Warfront scenario quest up, you can find it here in Zuldazar and here in Borealis. From the table near these NPCs, you can queue for both the Battle for Darkshore and the Battle for Stromgarde when available. There are 2 quests possible at a time, one for completing a scenario on normal difficulty and one for completing the scenario on heroic difficulty. After completing these scenarios, these quests reward you with 15 medals each. However, there's one exception. One of these battles reward you with a whopping 50 service medals, but we will talk about this one in a second. First, I want to explain to anyone who isn't familiar with these Warfront scenarios, the normal version allows you to queue alone and will match you with 4 more players automatically. But the heroic version of these scenarios require you to make a raid group of 10 people. Now you might think, but I don't know that many people. But hold on. These heroic battles are very important to gather people for at least once. First, because doing a heroic battle, either Darkshore or Stromgarde, allows you to complete both the normal quest and the heroic quest in one go. Secondly, because doing heroic battle for Darkshore is where you get the achievement required before you can buy the Sandy Nightsaber mount. And third, perhaps the most important detail, the quest for heroic Darkshore rewards you more medals than Heroic Stromgarde. The quest for Heroic Stromgardes gives 15 medals, while the quest for Heroic Darkshore gives 50. Therefore, I recommend getting your friends together, guildmates, or checking out WoW Discord communities. I have personally joined people in the WoW Secret Finding Discord community. The control of these zones switch about every 2 weeks, so about once a month these quests reset and we can do them again. Number 4. Paragon Reputation Chests. A more soloable way to farm service medals is Paragon Reputation Chest. When you are exalted with the Honorbound for Horde and 7th Legion for Alliance, you then have to gather an additional 10,000 reputation with one of these factions, and that will give you a quest that rewards you with something called a Paragon Chest, and this gives you 20 service medals. A few tips for anyone who wants to focus on this particular grinding method. If you're not exalted with either Honorbound or 7th Legion yet, I recommend finishing your BFA campaign if you haven't already. It's a cool storyline and grinds a lot of reputation. Mission table. The BFA mission table can offer missions that reward reputation with these factions. So if you've been ignoring that, why not send some followers that reward Honorbound or 7th Legion reputation to get these Paragon chests just a little bit quicker. Contracts. Contracts from the auction house for either the Honorbound or 7th Legion is something you can pick up to speed up the reputation grind as well. Doing world quests in the enemy faction zone will reward you with 75 reputation per world quest, so it's worth setting up your faction base in at least one of the enemy faction zones and then taking the boat over to do every world quest that rewards reputation for either the Honorbound or 7th Legion. Lastly, your one weekly island expedition gives 1,500 reputation as well. If you've never done an island expedition before, I recommend getting 2 friends to join you, talk to the island expedition NPC instead of the table, sign up your party to the island expedition private tour mythic, split up and kill every mob, loot and mine the medium and big azurite, and kill any rares you see. Only attack the enemy faction bots if they bother you, since they do not reward azurite. You can of course do this alone as well, it's just much faster with 2 more people. And if you happen to need some incentive for your friends to join, you can always remind them island expeditions have 11 exclusive mounts to collect, 9 that drop from just completing an island, and 2 you can buy with doubloons. And island expeditions have exclusive BOE transmog that drops every time you complete an island, and these can sell for thousands of gold on the auction house. So the faster you clear an island, the faster the gold making.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect.
Now over to the best way I've found to farm these service medals. The best way to farm this currency is doing a combination of all these methods. First of all, since the Warfront world quests reset daily, I first set my Hearthstone to the nearest inn, check the calendar in case Dark Moon Fair is up for that extra reputation increase, then I head over to whatever zone is active and do all the world quests. Then I check Wowhead to see if there are any assaults up. In that case, I do the assault. Next I check the mission table if any of the reputation missions are complete, and if I can, I send new ones. Then I do my weekly island expedition for the 1,500 reputation. After that, I talk to the ship's captain to head over to the opposite faction's continent, and there complete every world quest that rewards reputation with the Honorbound / 7th Legion. If I can, I take the quest and sign up for normal battle for Stromgarde or battle for Darkshore. But if you're able to get a group for a heroic battle for Stromgarde or Darkshore, remember to take both the normal and heroic quest, since that will complete both of the quests from just doing one scenario. And if you're able to gather 10 people, I have to recommend getting a group specifically for heroic battle for Darkshore, since for some reason that gives 50 service medals compared to the Stromgarde's 15. Lastly, I want to mention that if you really want to grind this out as fast as possible, I recommend doing this on multiple characters, but that is depending on how much time you have on your hands. You could, for example, have 3 different characters working towards the 3 different mounts if you have the time to do everything 3 times a day. Otherwise, staying on one character will be just fine, but will of course take longer time to get everything. Now, in case you haven't unlocked the battle for Stromgarde or the battle for Darkshore, here is how to get that done. Let me first quote Blizzard's official support article regarding unlocking Warfronts. To unlock access to the Warfront feature, you will need to level a character to 50 50 and complete a short introductory questline to each Warfront. You must do the questline with one character of each faction to unlock both Horde and Alliance Warfront access account-wide. First, on the Alliance, how to unlock the Battle for Stromgarde. If your character hasn't done any BFA content and you don't see anyone offering you a quest on the main ship, you have to speak with the Earthen Guardian. Take the quest, A Dying World. As an Alliance, I took a portal to Stormwind and then a portal to Caverns of Time, then flew straight over towards the sword. What sword? Complete this short intro quest line. They will take you to Stormwind and then Boralus yet again. When you reach Boralus, join Talia's guided tour and speak with Cyrus and let him ramble on. Then pick up Sanctum of the Sages to unlock the portals. Return to Cyrus to complete the quest and now pick up A Nation Divided. Inspect the scouting map and return the quest. Now, finally we're done. I simply flew to the main ship to check everything was in order. Then I was able to find Ralston Karn, our recruitment officer. He is the guy who will offer us the introduction quest to the Arathi Warfront. The quest is called To the Front. This introduction questline is very straightforward. All you need to do is talk to the portal trainer Uvera Dalwing nearby, get ported to Arathi Highlands, do everything Captain Roderick Brewston says, and when you're allowed to return to Ralston Karn in Boralus, you're all set. You have now unlocked the battle for Stromgarde. And then on the Horde side, if your character has never been in BFA, you can go to your command board in Orgrimmar to begin the intro questline for BFA, or you can take the portal to Zuldazar, speak with Nathanos, fly back to Orgrimmar, and speak with Sylvanas. She will ask you to rescue Talanji from the Stormwind prison, but you can skip this long questline if you wish. However, if you've never done it, I do personally recommend doing it once, since it's quite fun. When you arrive in Zandalar, simply complete the quest and take the quest from Talanji. Follow her until she stops. When it's time to speak with Rastakhan, do not click the Pterodex. Speak with Talanji instead, as she will teleport you directly. Now we establish our embassy by speaking to Zulani, and a way to skip the elevator is to just fly down on your own until Talanji shows up and starts talking. Then we want to head outside to set down a banner for the Horde. Lastly, we need to visit the different rooms until Talanji is standing by Nathanos and we can return the quest Speaker of the Horde. Now click the map, pick any foothold and speak with Nathanos to receive the quest The War Campaign. Then meet him at the main ship. Personally, I also unlocked world quests by taking and instantly completing the quest Uniting Zandalar from Nathanos. And since you're planning to farm Honorbound medals on this character, I would also recommend to take the quest The Kultiras Campaign to set a foothold in the other faction's continent. You can choose any foothold, and you can do all three if you wish, but the lazy part of me only unlocks one with my alts. Once I pick Drustwar, my next quest is called A Trip Across the Ocean, and to continue setting up my first foothold, I will need to speak with Prince Galliwix. But for this video, we're focusing on Warfronts, so instead we want to head to Dark Ranger Velonara. She will tell us to go to Darkshore, and that's why we will need to ask Dread Admiral Tattersail to send us there. Once we're inside this scenario, we can't fly anymore, but complete all the 3 quests available. They are very straightforward, and without any spoilers, there's going to be a battle, and in the end of that, a bat will come to your rescue. Take the bat and fly away, complete the quests, take the portal back to Zuldazar, and return the quest Warfront Preparations to Throk by the War Table. Now you have unlocked the battle for Darkshore. Well done! I really hope this video has given you a good overview of what service medals are, what they can give you, and how you can get them. That's it for this video. Happy grinding, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye!